Now, who decides that a person is not a citizen of India? I don't have a birth certificate. Millions of people don't have. Prima facie, you are not a citizen of India, and I'll remove you from it. So everybody has to go up and appeal. ERO, will he ask me now? You show proof of citizenship of your parents, one of your parents, before I'll.
At least in this SR, they are not.
I'm sorry.
In this SR, they are not asking you to do.
No, I'm just saying, Malaj. I'm
saying that one of the parent in the electoral roll, you need not put in the documents.
Yes.
Sorry, just on a factual point, this SR they are asking for those after 2003 on the Bihar rolls. They are asking for parents' documents. After
No, they are asking, Malaj. After 2004, they are asking, Malaj. At the bottom, your lordship will find at page 105, just on top of that, entry 22, grant of Indian citizenship by registration and naturalization. So the entire field is occupied under the Constitution under the authority of the central government. Now, having said that, now look at read 326 is otherwise disqualified under the Constitution with section 16. And you'll get the answer. So I don't think we need too much time on this. 16 says a person shall be disqualified for registration in an electoral roll if he is not a citizen of India. The word not is there. Now, who decides that a person is not a citizen of India? The government of India. If I am born a citizen of India, Malaj, between the coming of the Republic as well as Malaj 1987, there is no issue. From 1987 to 2003, there is no issue as long as one of my parents is a citizen of India. Normally, if somebody says one of your parents is not a citizen, let's say that. Who is going to decide that? It can't be decided by the commission because the power to grant something includes the power to withdraw it. It's as simple as that, Mullah. But somebody can question it, which is why you come to Form 7. And Form 7 says, you can question my citizenship.
Then who decides, Mr. Sibal?
Then, I'm telling you, Lord, then he has to give proof.
No, that's another. That's the.
No, but it says without that he can't. Without he can't, he'll be prosecuted.
Form 7, someone questions my citizenship.
Yes.
In such situation, who decides? Central government or the ECI?
Central government, obviously, Mullah. It's the central government which can decide because my citizenship can't be taken away. That's why not disqualified.
ERO in all probability.
I'm sorry?
The Section 7 dispute will be decided by ERO.
No. Well, I'm sorry, no. Let's read Form 7. Wait a minute. That's not correct. I may be wrong, but let's. That's right. Now see on Form 7. Have a look. See that, Mullah? It says objection. I am not an Indian citizen. Your Lordship sees that. Then he says item number 2, objection and application for deletion. And the onus of proof to substantiate the reason given for objection or removal of the name lies with the applicant.
Sir, you are absolutely right. These are the procedures and the owners. Who is to decide?
I'm just coming to that, Mullah. I'm just coming.
ERO.
1 second, Mullah. Just let me correct, Mullah. Now, that means, Mullah, if the ERO decides, let's assume my Lord is what my Lord is saying is right.
See Section 62 of the RTI.
Yes.
Two things.
Yes.
We have two threshold to clause. One, it's citizen of India, but all citizens of India are not eligible to vote.
Yes.
They must have their name entered in the electoral roll.
Correct.
Now, let us say someone has a name entered in the electoral roll, someone disputes the citizenship.
Right.
Matter goes to the ECI or a representative of the ECI
yes.
who decides the issue.
Correct.
To strike him off the roll.
Right.
In such a situation, the person aggrieved can take it under Section 9 before the Citizenship Act and say, get a declaration that I am a citizen. Thereby, he gets again back into the rule.
Now, let me.
You have understood, Mr. Dwivedi's.
Let me. That's why I was trying to respond to that, Mullah.
Yes, sir.
I was trying to respond. I have to respond to that. Now he says, Mullah. Let me see, Mullah. I'll assume. I'll assume for the moment, Mullah, that the ERO can decide. So on that day, I lose my right as citizen.
No. You lose your right to be
in the electoral roll. Right. Fine, Mullah. I lose my right to be in the electoral roll because according to him, I am not a citizen.
Consider a situation. a passport has been issued, but
Yeah.
the passport is patently a forged document.
Yes,
An objection is made in
correct,
Form 7,
correct.
goes to the ER.
Yes,
ERO says, my God, this is not at all a passport. And as Mr.
Correct.
Hansaria says that
correct.
there is possibility of forgery.
Right.
So it's a forged document.
Right.
Which strike you off the road.
Right, right.
You have to go immediately to the central government,
well-
get a declaration, no, I am a citizen.
But it's-
And again, get yourself back. to the-
Therefore, Malad, therefore, prima facie, for my name to be included in the electoral roll, that's what my lord is putting to me, the ERO has the right to decide that I am not a citizen of India. For the purposes of excluding,
From the roll.
I'm saying that, Malad, I'm saying exactly what my lord is. I'm saying,
Actually, we also had a confusion over this, which is why we put a question to Mr. Trivedi that can such a vital right be taken away when citizenship, ultimate adjudication lies under the Citizenship Act with the state government? And his answer was, since the constitutional power of preparation of law vests with the election commission, it would definitely have plenary power over the statutory right of determination of citizenship.
that's why I read 324, 326, Malad. That's the why I read 326. It says not otherwise disqualified under the Constitution. And otherwise disqualified under the Constitution is under the Citizenship Act. Mullah, just let me answer that question. Mullah, what will the ERO ask me if I am born, Mullah, if I am born between 1950 and 1987? If I am on the electoral roll, ERO can't, Mullah, question that. If I don't have a birth certificate, will he say, you don't have a birth certificate, you are prima facie, I'll remove you from the electoral roll?
That may be wrong.
I'm just saying, Mullah.
Wrong.
Mullah,
Because there are two aspects.
Yes.
One is the existence of a power, another is the exercise of the power.
yes, that's correct.
Now, the existence of the power may be there, but the exercise may be arbitrary,
No, therefore,
uninformed, or as
I'm coming to that only, Mullah.
as the Honorable Chief Justice indicated earlier, that it cannot be unbridled. There must be transparency and accountability of every power, howsoever high and
So
constitutional.
therefore, your lordship is assuming that one, there is existence of power because the election commission is preparing the electoral roll. And as long as the existence of power is there, he is prima facie, he can remove you from the roll and you have to go up and appeal. So, Mullah, I'm trying to answer that question. How is that power, according to me, doesn't exist, Mullah? So, number one, he will say that, look, I don't have a birth certificate, millions of people don't have. Prima facie, you are not a citizen of India, and I'll remove you from it. So, everybody has to go up and appeal. Mullah, that's number one. That's exercise of power. Secondly, Mullah, under the Constitution, if I am born between 1950, I am a citizen, Mullah. Between 1987 and 2003, one of my parents, Mullah, does the electoral ERO, will he ask me now, you show proof of citizenship of your parents, one of your parents, before
At least in this SR, they are not.
I'm sorry?
In this SR, they are not asking you to do.
No, I'm just saying, Mullah,
They
I'm
are
saying,
that pre-2002, one of the parent in the electoral roll, you need not put in the documents.
yes.
I'm sorry, just on a factual point, this SR, they are asking for those after 2003 on the Bihar rolls, they are
Yes,
asking
they are
for the
asking.
parents,
That was clarified.
parents'
Mr.
documents. After
No, they are asking, Mullah. After 2004.
After 2002,
They are asking,
electoral
Malak.
roll, anyone's parent in that role, they are not going for.
They are, Mullah, with respect to
The
show.
only exceptions have been not Bihar, because we are looking at Bihar. Bihar, there was no question of logical discrepancy, and
There, of course, of course.
that is different cases.
The only document they are asking is only to correct you with the electoral roll of your parents which you are relying upon. That
No, Mullah, there the problem is much worse, Mullah.
if you bring the electoral roll where suppose A and B are shown as husband and wife, and somebody say that they are my parents, so obviously necessary that much linking document will have to be produced that you are actually
To
their
prove
son.
parentage, Mullah, there is no issue on that. There is no issue on that. Mullah, the problem that arises is in the procedure that is being followed. There have been very rare cases where somebody's citizenship will be questioned. Very, very rare. But here it's happening on a daily basis. Everybody, 1.82 crore people. Citizenship being questioned. And what is the basis for that? I mean, you may exercise your power and
Well, in Bihar, after this lot of hue and cry of 65 lakhs, how many persons are found?
Mullahs, how many illegal migrants were found in Bihar, Mullahs, where all the exercise was done? Not one. How many illegal migrants?
So therefore, the initial apprehension ultimately may not prove to be correct.
No, Mullahs, I'm sorry.
It is in a case, if the facts and figure were that lakhs and lakhs have been declared illegal.
The number of people that were added, Mullahs, we still don't know.
No, added is,
We don't even have the data with us, Mullahs, the number of people that were added. Point is, Mullahs, first of all, Mullahs, let's forget about this case. A process of this nature should have an application of mind giving reasons as to why this has become necessary today. Why is this necessary? Not for part of a constituency under 21(3), not for the whole of that constituency, but for the entire country. There must be some data, Mullahs. After all, an election commission is a body under 324. It's a constitutional body. It should have enough data to demonstrate to the court, this is what we have found, this is our study, and therefore this has become necessary. Is there anything placed before your lordships on that? Nothing.
all right.
And that we need to exercise this power, not only to a part of a constituency, not only to a one constituency, but all of India.
And one of the reasons
Yes.
for the SR, the way we read it, is migration.
Yes.
Then it requires multiple constituency verification simultaneously.
Right. No, I agree with that. I agree with that. Well, we are not disputing.
You cannot deny the fact that there has been an outward migration continuously in
Absolutely.
many states, including Bihar.
To correction of the electoral roll is one thing, Mullahs. But deletion of names is quite another. You can have mass deletions in this fashion. Mass deletions.
Mr. Sibal, correction is inherently deletion and addition are essential part of correction. If 2003 is your basis and in 25, are we not ready to recognize that many have died, many have migrated, many have left the country, many have shifted to other places?
But Mullahs,
Are they bound to be deleted?
you're right.
Those who were born those were minor at that time in 2003 and have attained majority, they are bound to be included.
I agree,
So
Mullahs.
addition and deletion both are essential.
But that's
part of it.
updation already done. This is an exercise that the Election Commission has done on a yearly basis. They must then tell your lordships, despite
That
the
we have
fact
understood. That argument is already there by you.
that updation is done year by year, so the 25
Yes, but
list has all that. Despite that, if they still need a wholesale special intensive revision, they must place before your lordships the decision of the commission. No decision of the commission has been placed before your lordships. Then they must place before your lordships data that despite the fact that we have updated it year on year till 25, this is not an exercise that their officials have done, which is not an exercise that's acceptable by us, even though it was done by us, and therefore we need it. Has anybody told your lordships that?
All right.
So the point we're making is, Mullahs, we're trying to do something. And then you are doing it in the midst of an election. Mullahs, not that I'm attributing any malafide to anybody. We're doing it in the midst of the election process. And we are asking this court day after day, this has happened, Mullahs. Now, for example, it will come again on Monday or Tuesday, whenever your takes are. They have given instructions, don't accept the Aadhaar card. They have given instructions in writing, don't accept the Aadhaar card. They are getting, Mullahs, Government of India, public sector company, CEOs to oversee all this, unrelated to any rule. You know, the question is, Mullahs, if such an enormous exercise is to be done, it must be done fairly, transparently, and in time. Surely, Mullahs, your election commission is expected to do that. So I'm not disputing the fact that somebody may doubt my citizenship. Mullahs, it is not our case that every person on the electoral roll is a citizen of India and his citizenship cannot be doubted. No. This is not our case. All that I am saying is you can doubt it, but then you must have reasons which are germane to the Citizenship Act. What are those reasons? You were not born. Normally, if I can't have my certificate, he can't throw me out like that. He can't delete my name. Number two, that one of my parents was not born. So I have to get my parents' certificate. Where will I get it from? I don't have my parents' certificate today. I don't even have mine. Luckily, I have a passport. So I have one of those 11 documents. Then three, that one of my parents is an illegal migrant. Who is going to prove that, Mullahs? What is the kind of inquiry that is needed? I hope, I'm trying to convey the enormity of the exercise. How can any ERO decide that unless ERO has some evidence for each elector that one of his parents was an illegal migrant? It's impossible. And yet you are deleting crores of names. And as I told your lordships at the beginning, this judgment of your lordships will actually decide the future of democracy in India. This is not some ordinary decision that your lordships are taking. These are not exercises that can be done overnight. These are not exercises that can be done few days before the election or 2 months before the election. And on an all-India basis. Exercise of executive power, administrative power must be based on reasons which are germane to that power. Not, the whole argument is we are Election Commission of India. Why would we do anything wrong? You must trust us ultimately. Somebody has to trust us. I'm not disputing that. But why was this exercise not done earlier? Much before the elections were to take place. Why, for example, the UP election is being done, with the exercise being done today? These are all very serious issues, Mullah. So you may doubt it, but that doubt must be based on the reason which is germane to the Citizenship Act. One of your parents is an illegal migrant. None of your parents were born in India. You were not born in India. These are the three. What other reason can they give? The reasons can't be outside the Citizenship Act.
Yes.
Right. And then, whereas 21(3), your lordships, that argument has already been made. That is an exercise that is to be done in particular exigencies and special circumstances. Right, Wallace? So, and that's why, now come to 16, if your lordships don't mind, of the Act. That is, a person shall be disqualified. Now, the word disqualified is used, Mallards, in 326. If he is otherwise not disqualified under the Constitution. So when you say otherwise not disqualified, here the word is a person shall be disqualified. So you have to read 324 in the context of, or 16 in the context of 324, and he shall not be disqualified for registration in an electoral roll if he is not a citizen of India. So I will not be thrown out of the electoral roll. My Lord asked me this question. My name will not be deleted from the electoral roll unless it is decided that I am not a citizen of India. Your Lordship put me that question, that why can't I be removed from the electoral roll? 16 has the answer. It says, a person shall be disqualified for registration in an electoral roll if he is not a citizen of India. That decision cannot be by the PRO, according to me, Malas. And now read B and C together. If he is of unsound mind and stands so declared by a competent court. So can the ERO say that I think you're of unsound mind? Then is for the time being disqualified from voting under the provisions of any law relating to corrupt practices and other offenses in connection with elections. Now, again, a competent provisions of law. So, Malas, B applies a competent authority, C a competent authority, A competent authority. What your lordships is saying is, no, you don't need a competent authority for A, but you need it for B and C. With the greatest respect, Malas, 16 must not be read like that. What they are arguing is this is what they are saying. As far as A is concerned, because nobody, if I am disqualified for corrupt practices, there'll be an order of the commission. That will be on the basis of which my name will be. It says, no, a person shall be disqualified for registration in an electoral roll. It's at that point in time that my name will be removed. My name can't be removed before. So in answer to my Lord's question, do they have the jurisdiction? My request to your Lordships is section 16 so read, they will not have the jurisdiction. And secondly, Malats, in any case, the procedure must only relate to the provisions of the Citizenship Act. That I have, as far as section 16 is concerned, I'm done. Now, let's kindly look at 19. Conditions for registration. This is Mallad's conditions for disqualification, be removed from the register. This is conditions for registration. It's just the opposite. It says, subject to the foregoing provisions of this part, every person who is not less than 18 and is ordinarily resident. Citizenship is not included here. Why is it not included here, Mallas? For the simple reason that if I was born, I'm deemed to be a citizen. And that is shown under the Constitution itself, Mallas. Section deemed to be a citizen. Your Lordships will remember, section 13. 11, every person who is or is deemed to be a citizen of India under any of the foregoing provisions. So there's a deeming provision, Mallas, of this part shall, subject to the provisions of any law that may be made by Parliament, continue to be such a citizen. So there has to be a law made by Parliament to take away my citizenship. And that's reflected in the provisions of the Constitution. That's the Citizenship Act itself. And then nothing in this foregoing provisions of this part shall derogate from the power of Parliament to make any provision with respect to acquisition and termination of citizenship. This act is, this electoral law, the power of 324 is not termination of citizenship. It should prepare an electoral roll. So according to us, according to me personally, the concept of the power to exercise the right to say that you are not a citizen of India is not vested in the Election Commission at all. He can doubt it, send it to the appropriate authority in the government of India, and the government of India can decide that, look, we believe that you're not a citizen, you give the entire proof to us. But he can't remove me from the role, because under 16 that can't be done, unless I'm not a citizen of India. And that's a finality attached to it, because if your lordship puts to me that prima facie, there's no finality attached to that. The act requires finality. So, that's on 16 and on 19. Now, kindly have a look at.
Anything else, Mr. Subba?
Yeah, sorry,
Anything else?
5 minutes more, 5 minutes.
Probably next point is page 9, probative value.
Yes. Probative value of citizenship of electors already on the electoral roll and misreading of Lal Babu, Lal Babu, if your lordship looks at the beginning of the judgment, no, just show the beginning of the judgment. It's a complete.
Lal Babu has been.
I don't know who misread it and who read it. But what happened in Lal Babu was notices were given under 21A. And when notices were given under 21A, the Supreme Court said the following, that you want to delete somebody's notices for the purpose of deletion. If you want to delete somebody's name, you can't do it unless you follow that procedure. You've read it time and again, So therefore, to distinguish, Lal Babu in this fashion, is just a slate of hand, That's all that I can say. And then, there's a Constitution Bench judgment that supports that view,
That Indrajit Barua.
That Indrajit Barua.
Yes.
That's ECR, that's 1985 4 SCC. Right. And your lordships have been asking the question as to why nobody has complained. My Lord Justice Bagchi has been asking that question. Quite frankly, once the election is over, who complains? Nobody complains. I mean, that's the practical way of it.
So much for a valuable right.
That's so people then get, you believe that this is your fate, there's nothing more that I can do about it. And lakhs and lakhs of people, just give up. But that's what I said, what your lordships will lay down, and I emphasize it again.
That is the gradient between political right and economic right.
That's true.
You take away the Aadhaar, people would have complained.
Yeah.
You take away the political rights, people are happy they have the Aadhaar.
That's
true.
Every 5 years means that every election, I guess. Anyway, the last thing I wanted to mention is the manual itself, where they have said, that any doubt regarding issue of registration of any person applying for registration or considering any such objection against a person already enrolled in the electoral roll, he should refer the case to the Union Government Ministry of Home Affairs to determine the issue under the Citizenship Act. That's their own manual. So, they can't remove me from the role. I'm deeply obliged to your lordship.